West Texas A&M, winners in 3 sets. Coach, if you could start off with your general comments on the match.
Yeah, congrats to Post. I told the girls, I think the fun thing about the Elite Eight is volleyball through the nation is getting better, and regions now have formed a style and a different flavor. And when we saw them on video, they're like, we haven't seen a team in a couple years play that tight bunched in, basically say your middles can't score, you're going to have to win it on the pins. And so it's neat that all the regions are playing much better ball, and then it's just different, so it's something we haven't seen, and so it was fun. And they proved once again that a setter, a really good setter, can make, you know, an average team very good, a good team great. Every time we're at the Elite Eight, I haven't been, it's been 100%. Every team that's there has a very talented setter that makes the team better than what they would be without them. So thought it was fun. I don't know what happened first set. They're scrappy. We didn't know how scrappy they were because in their finals, they took it to the other opponent. And so we knew they were offensive, we knew they ran fast, but we didn't realize how good their ball control was. Unfortunately, I think there were some nerves, but we came through, and so, again, not going to make the same mistake as last year. We're going to enjoy this and survive in advance.
Open it up for questions.
Coach, it seemed like LIU Post came out fighting in every set. In what ways were you able to consistently turn the momentum and pull away?
I think part of that is having to win a tough regional last week, and then what really helped was Lexi hasn't been playing good for a week or two, and Lexi had a great match, timely kills, and Laura was very calm. Our ball control's way better than that, and so I think once these girls started putting some balls down, and then Lee had some timely blocks, it allowed some of the other girls that weren't doing as good with the first contact to settle, and then when they started passing better, then we were able to push away. But it goes back to service. I don't know how many. I mean, geez, Louise, 7 service errors. That's just a lot. And 6 aces. We didn't get ace 6 times in like 20 matches. So it always goes back to that.
Lexi, you're only a sophomore, but you led the team in kills today. What was your mentality coming into this match, and how does today give your team confidence as you move into the next round?
I mean, basically, I knew coming in we had our back against the wall, and it's either push and survive or go home, basically. And so I was going to not leave here with any regrets, and I was just going to swing away and do whatever it takes. And as far as pushing this for our team, I think it's a good nerve relaxer to move on, and it gives us great confidence moving forward.
Laura, in the second set, you guys fell behind early and then went on a huge run. Jason addressed it a little bit, but what was your team doing differently to create that huge momentum change?
I mean, I think the biggest thing was we had a lot of aces, and we tried to continue to play well so that Cameron, who was doing really well, she would be able to serve more, and we'd be able to kind of feed off that. So I think that's kind of what changed it, and we started to get a little bit more confident because of her, I guess, you know, her ability to get more aces into play so confidently. We kind of fed off of that, and then we pushed and were able to pull ahead.
Jason, you talked about nerves. Obviously, when you come to an Elite Eight, you just don't. You have nerves, whether you've been here or not. Can you talk a little bit about the experience of coming back and what the players have learned from last year, and did that play into today's match at all?
I think it played into Laura and Lexi. You know, and with nerves like last year, that team was wired different, and these kids are a little bit different, so we've had to approach them differently. And I think, honestly, last year I made the situation worse. I think coaches can learn as much as players, so I made the situation worse last year. BYUY was amazing. We ultimately, the odds were in their favor to win, but I didn't help the situation. So I made a little bit of a point to not, you know, like to remove myself and let these kids play. And they did. And I think, like Lexi said, one of the reasons we signed Lexi is she's been put in pressure situations for a long time in high school and in club, and she knows how to win. And so kids like this, getting them to relax, that's easier than getting a kid that's, you know, just timid and then trying to get them to, you know, naturally timid to break through. And then Laura, it did help because Laura last year was, these two girls subbed for our middle position. They were the M2. And Laura, at the end of last year, just really came out of her shell and played great. And so, and that's why we won our region. And she had an abnormally strong weekend and carried it over to the BYU white match. And so there's no doubt that that carryover helps. And she's learned just to be more stable. So there is something to be said. I mean, and you can only imagine what it does when you win 6 in a row.
For the student athletes, what's it like playing at this stage? Obviously, you were here last year, but being able to move on this year and getting another match?
It's really exciting. A little nerve-wracking, but I think it's in a good way for sure. It's just super competitive, and it's what we work for all season. And our region's great, so like it's really an opportunity to be able to get out of the region and then continue to push forward, and then obviously to win today. So it's just been awesome.
Yeah, I definitely agree with Laura to the fact that our region is super tough and it prepares us coming in here. And yes, we have nerves, but at the same time, we know what our region is capable of and how hard we push to get here, so why not?
Why not? Okay, thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
guys.
you.